Welcome students. Today we are going to discuss Core Vita Contest 12 problems. Problem title is Temple Run. Read the problem statement. Shubham and Ujjwal challenged each other in the game Temple Run. Ujjwal set some random M targets. Shubham played the game n times, making random scores on each turn. Can you tell which turn Shubham will be able to achieve Ujjwal's target? The input format is first line contains n, number of games played by Shubham. Next line contains n integers denoting scores of each game. Next line contains m, the number of targets set by Ujjwal. Next m lines contains integers each representing the target score. Constraints: n is ranging between 1 and 1 lakh, and that is a of I, it's ranging from 1 from 1000, m is ranging from 1 to 10 lakh, and the targets ranging from 1 to 10 to the power 9. For each m, print the turn where the target is achieved, or -1 if the target cannot be achieved. Here, as we discussed in the problem, this first line will be the number of games played by Shubham. There is size of an array, and second line contains n integers denoting the scores of each score. Each game, scores of each game. Next line contains m, the number of target. Okay, when you get m numbers means, when you get m values means you have to enter m lines. This 4 means you need to enter 4 lines. So next m lines contains an integer representing the target score. These are the target score. Output will be the in how many print the turn, and how many turn you will reach the target. Okay, for example, here first line is 4. To reach the 4, you have to have 3 turns. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 1, 4. So which is satisfies the target. So 3. For reaching the target score 2, just first turn it is not achieved, but second turn it is achieved. So we have 3. So just sum the adjacent element. Next target is 10. When it is 10, we have to start from this. 1 plus 2, 3, 3 plus 1, 4, 4 plus 7, 7 plus 4, 11. So totally 5 turns we need. Okay. So for achieving the target 15, just add values 1 by 1. You never achieve 15, so it is -1. So in this way we solve this problem. Okay, so it's tell the logic. First read size of an array and read array elements in the second line and construct sum array like this. Okay, so after entering, while entering the data itself, 1 2 1 3 4 itself, you have to sum at every stage. For example, initially it was 1, and in second pass, just add first element with second element and store in first person 3. Next, just accumulate it by scanning the other element. So now already you have 3. Now add with 1, get 4. Now add with 3, get 7. Add with 4, get 11. So this is summary. This is very important for finding the number of turns. So just construct summary and read size of query. Then for each query, do the following operations. Read score and check in summary. Just read score, that is this score. the score and check in summary that score less than or equal to summary. If so, print the index of the summary. Score is, if target is achieved means just print the index. Index means it represents here target. Initially it starts from 0, so just print index plus 1 if it is satisfied. If no element in summary matches with score, print -1. If target is not achieved, okay, after accumulating this score, just print 1. This is last case. Okay, so this is the logic. I show the code. Before that, I tell how the target, that is number of times achieved by using summary. Here for 4, for achieving the target 4, the result is index 2. For example, just we are having 3, first return is not achieved. In summary itself, we are getting the idea. First return is not achieved, second turn is not achieved, but third turn it is third turn it is achieved. Okay, so it is the position is index 2. Okay, it is starting from 0, no, so position is 2. So but actually this is third turn, but index is 2. Okay, so that is why we are printing index plus 1. Okay, because array index starting from 0. Here for 2, first turn is not achieved, but second turn it is achieved. Okay, for 10, first turn is not, second turn is not achieved, third turn is not achieved, fourth turn it is achieved. Okay, let's go. No, fourth turn is not achieved because it is 7, and fifth turn it is achieved. Okay, for 15 it's not possible because we never get values which is greater than or equal to 15. We have maximum 15 only somewhere, so it is not possible. You will return -1 for this. Okay, so by using summary we can get an idea whether it can able to reach. This is the entry point for the program main function. Before that, just into the header file and declare the variable n and q. N is meant for getting the size of an array, q is meant for getting the size of a query. Initially set when summary is to 0, declare the variable to receive array elements, and for inside the for loop just to get the array elements, and while getting the array elements itself, just record the summary. Okay, just accumulate it. Here 1, initially 1, when I equal to 0 means 1, sum of I equal to a of I. Other, if I is not equal to 0 means just accumulate the sum in the summary itself. 1 plus 2, 3. Just 1 plus 2 equal to 3. Next, 1 plus 3 equal to 4. Next, 3 plus 4 equal to 7. 4 plus 7 equal to 11. Like this. So I have order by using this. Sum of I equal to sum of I minus 1 plus I minus 1 contains the sum of previous indexed values, and just add the current array element to get the sum of I. Okay. After considering the summary, just check the summary whether it is correctly printing. Okay, this is not an order. This is not needed for the contest now. Okay. Just get this number of query for each query, just to get the target score. Okay, initially you have to declare a flag variable. Okay, whether to track whether you have achieved the target or not. For each query, ranging from 0 to q minus 1, set the flag equal to 0, and scan the sum array whether you have reached the target or not. Here int j equal to 0, j less than j plus plus. You have to scan sum array if a of I less than or equal to sum of I, sum of j. A of I is the target score to be achieved. Sum array contains the random target values which is inputted in the array here. Okay, this sum you have to scan this sum array, and you are checking whether a of I less than or equal to sum array. If it is attained, means just print the index j plus 1, not j, because array index started from j and 0. Just print j plus 1 and set flag equal to 1 and give break. Come out of the internal loop and trying for next query. Okay. After completing the internal loop, just check flag equal to 0. Flag equal to 0 means the target never be achieved. Okay, because it is not entering into the if condition. So flag equal to 0 means target should not be achieved. So just print minus 1. Okay, this is easy one. Please solve it by using the computer. Second problem is creative string. Read the problem statement. Subham Shukla wants to gift a creative string to Abhishek on his birthday. He wants to generate a creative string from the T strings which he had with himself. A creative string has the minimum sum of substitutions, that is at the corresponding position I equal to j, where I belongs to one string and j belongs to another string. Required to convert it to given strings. Example, Subham's minimum substitution required 3. Okay, so say friend, you have to help Subham in finding out the lesser frequently smallest creative string. Please help him. Input format will be first line contains t strings each of length n, and the next t lines contains a string. Okay, I is ranging from 1 to t. Only lowercase alphabet. Constraint t into star n does not exceed 10 for 5. Output format generate a creative string which is using t strings. Okay, so here first one is a number of string, second one is a length of each string. Okay, so here I just give A, B, C, D, output will be A. So A is a alphabetically smaller, lexicographically smaller string. So you return A. Okay, so we have to return lexicographically smallest creative string. Okay, don't forget. For suppose sort the string in ascending order, strings in ascending order, and print first person element. This is the logic. So use solution one. One kind of solution is use basic sorting method. Just read the implementation. Read this into the header file, and inside the entry point to the program, just get number of strings and size of each string. Read the data by using header file and allocate a memory for array of string. For the purpose, I just declare char starts as str. So for storing array of strings, just use memory allocation concept malloc, which returns generic pointer, so it should be converted into char star star, and t is a number of string, and the size of char star is a size of a string data type, and take each string and allocate a memory. Okay, by passing the n here, memory, there is a malloc function. Here you have to allocate a memory for each string. That is why I use for I equal to 0, I less than t, I plus plus. For each string, master, and inside the ML function just insert size and byte. Create temporary array for while making this for exchanging the values while doing sorting. Get array of string by using scanf statement, ranging from 0 to t minus 1. Next, something like a bubble sort, which is discussed already. We are checking every element with the adjacent element. If one element is alphabetically less than the other element, means no problem. For example, we have a string th, another string is ab. Here th alphabetically greater than ab, so exchange it. Next stage we have bc, another string. Consider here just exchange it. Next ab is compared with bc. So, alphabetically ab is less than bc, so don't swap it. So just check this condition by using string comparison. Ith position element, then adjacent element. Adjacent is I plus 1. So you are now in ith position. Okay, we have some values. I plus 1 position means adjacent position. Just adjacent, compare the adjacent position by using string compare. If string compare str of I, str of j greater than 0 means just use temporary variables to swap it. So don't use a temp equal to string of I. For string it never works because string is a pointer. Okay. After sorting, just print the first position element. It is the alphabetic, execrably smallest. Another kind of solution by using qsort library function, which is very easy. It takes more time because we have written more lines of code here. To avoid that, use qsort function. For the purpose, just as I said already, we have discussed many kind of problem by using qsort function. Here, just use comparator to compare two strings, okay, which is used in qsort function. See here. Here we use compare. Just have compare function which accepts two arguments. Argument can be converted into char pointer, char star star, because string itself a pointer. Now compare first string with second string. It returns positive value. Equal means it returns 0. It returns positive value if first string is greater than second string. Negative value is first string is less than the second string. Read a number of string and size of each string. Allocate a memory, which is discussed already. Same thing here. We are using qsort function to simplify this your task. Qsort sorting address of a character array, that is array of strings, then size of a array of string, and size of a data type. This is the comparator which is discussed previously. Finally, print the first position element, return it. That's all. This is very easy now. Make use of qsort function to simplify the task. Okay. I show the demo. temple program. You have to give size of an array, give array elements. This is some array. This is not needed for the output, but just print. Next input is number of queries. Enter the value 2, 10, 10. The output will be 3 to 5 minus 1. 3 to 5 minus 1. Okay. Next problem demo. So, which makes a qsort function. I have disabled the basic sorting. Don't use this. It takes more amount of time. Use qsort function. Okay. Enter the size of a string. Size of string array and the length of each string. Enter the 5 strings. Here each string has length 2. Here A is a smallest disaggregable smallest string. So this is the expected output. We meet in the next session. Thank you.